Hey everybody, I'm Mel and I want to welcome you to our video interview where we gather top professional real estate agents and coaches so they can share valuable tips and strategies for agent success. Whether you're a team member, solo agent, new agent, or seasoned professional looking to take your business to the next level, we're here for you. So we hope you like, subscribe, and tap that bell so you get notified with each new video to help you close more deals, help more clients, use systems, and leverage agent talent to grow your own real estate business. Everybody, it is so good to be back, and we love sharing tips with agents out there. It is a time to collaborate, and we have a very wonderful guest and collaborator right now. She is amazing to collaborate, and she will tell you all about networking. She is like a pro at that. So we have Evie Brown. And Evie, how long have you been a realtor?
I'm going on 18 years in April.
Oh
So
my
I've seen a
gosh.
lot of different markets.
You don't have any gray hair. I don't get that.
Oh, yes, I do. I just cover it up.
Well, you're gonna do a good job of that. This is the thing right now. It can kind of make your hair grow gray because it is shifting so fast. Like I know we've had shifts in previously because I was a real estate appraiser for over 25 years, so I've seen it. I wasn't on the real estate agent side, but we see the pain point in another area. And so, but did you ever see it shift so quickly as recently?
Probably not. I mean, I think they all kind of happen suddenly. At least they feel that way because all of a sudden you're like, you're 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 offering above list price, you're waiving appraisals, you're not asking for repairs. FHA buyers, VA buyers, they have no place in the market because sellers are so entitled. And it's going, 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 going. And then all of a sudden, bam, you're like, oh, what happened? but but I think that you kind of have some kind of warning. I mean, I felt like I did. I even
Yeah.
had some clients who wanted me to list their house. We started talking about it at the beginning of last June. And I said to them, why don't can we just kind of hold off on it? Because I don't know where the market's going right now. And I think it would be advantageous to do that versus just go ahead and get it listed. And they're like, oh, okay. And then the next thing I know, they're like, oh, no, Evie, just go ahead and list it. And I was like, oh, really? Okay. And that was like June 4th. And it was so hard to get that house sold, especially when I hadn't set proper expectations with my sellers at this point because it was so brand new. So I guess you're
Yeah.
right. It just kind of,
Everybody was kind of in that position all of a sudden, like, what is
yeah.
going on? This is, yeah, I don't, well, I think we definitely do see it faster than the general public does. The public doesn't see it until they start seeing it in reports and until we start sharing it on social media, right?
Well, that or
So
the news.
yeah. So, and it's all, we're trying to do that. We're trying to stay ahead of the curve so much to keep everybody informed so that that does set those expectations. That's a really good point. I know you were working recently where we were just talking about the iBuyers and how they've pulled back. And I know some people that are they got offers that were pretty decent when they were paying open door and offer pad were paying high prices, but now
Sure.
you look at the map and there's losses all over Arizona,
Oh my
huge
gosh.
losses, and they're selling them they're typically the bottom of the price range now. They're just those median average homes they're cutting the costs to try and just get rid of all that inventory. And so people are leery, but that's not the typical buyer out there, right? It's just not the typical buyer and seller.
Yeah. Well,
But you're
I,
getting low. But what I'm saying is, our friend just got every offer they get is lower and lower and lower from them.
mhm. Yeah, this is not a time to chase the market.
Yeah,
If you want to get an offer, you have to price it right. Even if you, I mean, I have a listing right now that we've only been on the market for like well, I think it'll be 3 weeks tomorrow. And my sellers already nervous about it. And all of a sudden started reaching out to Open Door and OfferPad. And they're like, you know what, Evie, we're just going to go the non-traditional way. And I was like, oh, okay, wow. Like, I had done I told them, I've done an open house. I've had 16 people through. I do it on 3 EXP Facebook pages. It's on my Facebook. I sent out flyers. I walked the neighborhood. It's on YouTube. It's on Zillow. It's on Redfin. It's on my website. It's everywhere,
Yeah.
But they felt like I just wasn't doing what it took to drive in a buyer or showings. And I'm like, well, I think we should lower the price.
You didn't sell it in one weekend? What the heck?
Nor 24 hours.
Nor 48.
Or 72 for that.
Yeah. That it's just, I mean, there's no program that's going to sell it any faster than putting it on the MLS and advertising and marketing it the best you can. It's not going to change the average market days out there. And the average market days now is gone up to almost 60 days for the median price range.
So I heard 72. That's how many days that I've heard.
And that's weird because I just recently saw it from the Cromford report. So it probably is higher. So I mean, it can continue to go higher, and which means sellers have to be more patient, which means they may have to negotiate more with a buyer. But that's not going to change the fact of the amount they're going to get, because the only way you're going to sell it quicker in that within a week is to drop that price crazy. And then you're leaving thousands on the table. So instead, you need to call Evie.
Well, these people, they were like, we're going the non-traditional way. And so we got an offer, $200,000 below our list price. And they were like, wow, really?
From the iBuyer?
Yeah. And I was like, well, and another iBuyer dropped it $235,000 less than our list price. And they're like, well, that doesn't seem very fair. And I'm like, to who? I mean, to you? Yeah, you're right. But you want them to buy you out, give you cash so you can get on your way and do your next thing. But you have to understand they're struggling. They have to factor in their hold time. They're giving you cash. They don't know what kind of repairs they're going to have to do. And they claim that they don't have commissions, but they really like those service fees.
Yeah. Well, yeah, just so you call them service fees, commission service fees, it's still going to be about the same percentage, actually, or more.
Oh, it was more.
It was more than a realtor. Yeah, I've heard that. So we've never taken an offer from them, but our clients have gotten offers and they didn't make sense for them, so they didn't take it. Because if they're going to market it, like I said, you want to market it with the agent, the realtor that you love and trust.
That's the goal,
right? Yeah. So that's why we do these. We get so that people can see, know, like, and trust us, instead of just putting like a schmoozy ad out, like they don't know that. And even when I hear there's a new way to do real estate, it just drives me up the wall, because it's always been supply and demand. It's always been about utilizing agents and the MLS. And you can look at any report, and the majority of people utilize realtors. Even today, with all these other things coming at them, the reports say that the majority of people use realtors. So that's encouraging.
It is. And I mean, I think being an EXP agent, we have a lot of advantages that a lot of the brokerages, that even the traditional brokerages have, because we have 89,000 plus agents worldwide, and we have all kinds of platforms, social media platforms, that we can put that listing on, and potentially 89,000 agents can see our listing, and they could be in Italy and go, oh my gosh, I'm moving to Phoenix, Arizona. I love that house. I'm calling that agent.
That's right. That's right.
Right? I mean,
That's
how
right.
fortunate are we as EXP agents to have that?
Yeah, I agree. That is a powerful networking that we have. And also another thing that I recently did a social media video about the proprietary program that EXP Realty has that no other broker has, which is working with multiple investors so that you're not leaving money on the table and just taking one, right? So you can, through their express offers, you can look at everything. You go look at open doors, offer pads, everybody's offer, including the investors, that the pool of investors that EXP Realty has. So that is that's the competition you need, is not just getting one offer from one person. It's all about getting as many offers as you can and comparing which is best so you can have a choice. Speaking of networking,
it's my jam.
That's your jam. It really is. You are an excellent networker, and you're with BNI. Can you kind of share what BNI is? Because I know that has really helped you and you love it. I just see you in that environment.
I drank the Kool-Aid.
You drank the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, I do. I love BNI. The whole mantra is givers gain. And so that really resonates with me. I've lived my whole life that way. I was raised that way. My mom totally believed in that. I believe in that. The more you give, the more you receive. And, when I first heard of BNI, I was in property management because I have a strong property management background. And they wanted me to get in BNI, and I really didn't know what it was, to be 100% honest with you. But I was like, oh, absolutely not. But in order to keep my job, he was like, you have to go visit. So I went to multiple different BNI chapters all over the Phoenix area. And I finally was like at one, and I was like, wow, I do like this. And, one thing that I can tell you is every BNI chapter, we run it the same. Every BNI chapter, it doesn't matter where you go, here or anywhere all over the world. We're in 75 countries. The agenda is exactly the same. So if you didn't even speak their language, you could step inside their meeting and know where they were in the meeting. But the difference is every chapter has its own personality. So you really, when you go to a BNI meeting, in my opinion, you're looking to see, does my personality fit with that chapter? And as a member, so currently I'm sitting on the membership committee. So it's my job right now to, along with 4 other members of our chapter, it's our job to make sure that who's ever applying to be in our chapter, that they're going to fit with us as well. And sometimes we turn down really good people, but we give them another option to say, there's multiple chapters, just go look for another one. But yes, I do love it because we all have each other's backs. They are like family to me, kind of like our CRG group. And we're constantly looking for business for everybody else. And the beauty of BNI is, for instance, I am the only residential realtor in our chapter because there can only be one Evie Brown in residential realty. So we currently have like 43, 44 members, all different walks of careers. And we have power teams. So we have our people, and our power teams can be like, we could be a real estate power team, we could be a contractor's power team, we might have a health and wellness, we might have a financial, but some of those cross. Like, for instance, I'm real estate, I also could kind of be financial, and I could definitely fit in the contractor's power team. Yeah.
And if somebody's interested in how that works, where can they contact you?
So they can always call me or text me at 602-577-7410. They could direct message me. I am Evie Brown or Evie Brown Realtor. So you could do either one of those. You could probably look me up on the BNI Arizona website because I'm on there. And yeah, I'm really proud. We've been a chapter now for we started in June of 2016 is when we launched, so almost 7 years. I'm one of the original founding members. There's 5 of us, and it's awesome.
So you founded this one because you wanted to start one that had a little bit more of what you wanted in there, it sounds like.
Well, not originally.
Okay.
Originally, I was looking to get in one. So when I was trying to fulfill my wishes of my boss, I was looking at getting into a BNI chapter as a property manager. But I was also on my way out of that career and just going straight back into real estate. And I was given myself 1 year. So at the end of I was like 11 months into my exit plan of property management. And I had a business coach and she was in BNI, and the real estate position opened up, and that never happens. I mean, in the whole 7 years that I have been in BNI, I know 2 chapters who have like gotten rid of their realtor, because once you're in, you never want to leave. So I tried to get into that chapter. They had 12 applicants, 12 residential realtors. I made it all the way to number 2, and I got cut. And a friend of mine, Bitsy Fort, she got the spot, and clearly she should have. But when I left, I was contacted by one of the directors of BNI, and she said, "I think you should open up your own chapter. Would you want to do that?" And I was like, "Oh, wow, that's crazy," because I've never networked in my whole entire life. I mean, I had, but just didn't realize I had. I mean, we networked in so many ways, and I just didn't know it at the time.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I better like get uncomfortable, because that's when we grow, right?
Right.
So that's what I did. I said, okay. And then I asked my good friend, Chad Conley, who's my preferred lender, if he would do it with me. And if he would do it with me, then we would like hit the ground running. And that's kind of what happened.
And it's kind of set up, right? So it's already set up a certain way that you do things and pay dues, and right, it's already kind of, there's an outline or something. Is that how it works? I don't know.
Yeah,
I've never done it. I know my sister-in-law was very successful with it when she became a realtor, but I've never done that.
Yeah. So, they have, you're in your launching stage, and you have to have so many members or applicants that you've approved to be able to become an official chapter. So some chapters make it, some chapters don't in that launching stage. We were fortunate enough that we made it. You have a couple directors of BNI who run all the meetings, help you, like guide you how you invite, who you want to invite, what are the the main categories, all of that. And they're just like, invite everyone get multiple people in it. I wasn't going to invite any other realtors, to be honest, because I wanted the spot. Why would I do that?
Right.
But like, we had a couple chiropractors that came. We had, we had a couple financial advisors that came. So we had to choose which one we liked best. And so, but yes, the agenda is all set up. And then once you launch, they throw you a launching, not a launching party, but your first official meeting. And it's usually a pretty big deal. Some of the the bigger people in BNI come. You might get the pleasure of Nate Dominguez, who is Mr. BNI Arizona. Him and his wife Kelly own the franchise. You might get Bonnie Maley, who is really big in BNI. She's a director. Or you might get Carolyn Savornik or Kristen Gear. George Phillips, Liz O'Neill. I mean, those are main directors, and they are the ones who help us launch the chapter. And then afterwards, they continue and they follow on with us, and they make sure we're doing it right and we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. And they help at, we have different committees. We have president, vice president, secretary, treasurer. We have visitor hosts. We have membership committee. We have mentor coordinators. We have our chapter has an ambassador of fun. Which we kind of like brought out ourselves.
You're the
but
fun
he's
one.
awesome. Yeah. So you just, you follow the agenda, but you kind of, I think every chapter kind of throws their own little personality in. Like we have superheroes because we track all our numbers. We track thank you for closed business, referrals, visitors, chapter education units, all of that. And so whoever was the best for the month prior, they get a superhero sitting in front of them, and it gets announced at every meeting. It's really fun.
That's kind of incentive for everybody to refer to one another. So,
absolutely. Who doesn't want a superhero sitting in front of them for an hour and a half?
That's right.
Come on. I do.
That's awesome. That is
maybe
awesome.
A few of them.
So, and I know that you've actually helped other agents that we collaborate with start their own, which is really exciting because I think they're doing really well. I'm thinking about the trials.
Yeah. Well, I didn't really help them, to be honest.
Well, you at least inspired them.
I try and tell every realtor, you need to be in a BNI chapter. You need to, I promise you, it will increase your business. And if not, let's just say you don't even get a referral. I mean, you have so many people that you can refer out that makes you just better at what you do.
Right.
Now I'm always like, well, I know everybody. I have somebody in any kind of referral you want, you call me, I'm your girl. Right. And my clients like that. They reach out to me, and you know how we have to do our 34 touches. That's one of my touches.
So, that's excellent. Like, yes. That is excellent because they know people, and everybody in those professions are very, they're needed, and they need other referrals for each other, and what goes around, like you say, comes around. So that's awesome.
I'm just loyal. I just think that, and Tony and Lorraine, they wanted to check it out, and Nate Dominguez had asked me, said, I really want EXP agents coming and starting chapters. And I'm like, okay, deal. I'll help you. Again, givers gain, Nate and Kelly and all BNI will benefit from it. And I benefit from being in BNI. So
that's awesome. Yeah. Well, that's huge. I think and I don't know how many chapters can be in a certain area. Is it limited?
I don't know either. And I'm probably going to misspeak, but
it's limited though, right?
I believe here in the Valley, we have anywhere from 83 to 86 chapters.
That's a lot.
So they're all over. And we have chapters in the Tucson area. I believe they have some in the Prescott area now, Flagstaff, Northern Arizona. So, but again, that's just Arizona. We are in 75 countries.
Yeah, that's amazing. That is amazing.
And so what's really cool is that EXP is wanting to go to 100 countries. And every country now that EXP is in, so is BNI.
Oh, how about that? There you go.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, that works together really well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's I just saw that EXP Realty had offered something to the agents through Realty.com. Did you see that post?
Realty.com I haven't read it yet.
And then also Boomtown. Did you see that post about KV Core? Boomtown.
I heard of it. I heard about it. Yeah.
So that's huge. One more thing. I just see where a lot of other people are retracting. That I think is what is attracting so many more agents to EXP Realty, is because they are so agent centric. What else can we do for our agents? Because it's agent owned. It's not just one CEO that wants to close their purse because it'll cut into their profits. We're all the agents are owners, and we'll profit from all that because it gives more to the agents that we bring and introduce to the company. And it just perpetuates.
I think it's God's gift to real estate agents. And
Yeah.
I have a lot of people now talking to me, and it could be they're calling me because of my listing, and they're like, wow, you went to EXP Realty too? Because I was always such I was in boutique agencies, and they're like, what made you switch? And I'm like, oh my gosh, let me just tell you. So, I have people asking me now, like, why are you at EXP? A lot of people are going over there. And I'm like, well, everyone's going to come.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like, what's interesting to me is it's available, but it's not like you have to use it all. We do have such technically advanced things that you can use, but those tools, you don't have to use all of them. They're just available if you're
I don't
techie
see
like
how
that.
you can use all of them, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think you just choose what serves you best.
Right.
But the nice thing about it is everybody has a different style. So you just go to your style. And
Yeah.
I mean, the great thing about our CRG group, which I mean, I feel like we're a team, but we're a non-team team is what we call ourselves.
Right.
They're
Collaborative Realty Group is what
Yeah.
CRG stands for, Collaborative Realty Group. And that's just a group that's very supportive of one another. We're a bunch of agents that didn't want to be on a team, but wanted that support. And it's amazing. Every week we're there for each other, or if someone messages us, right? Everybody's got their strengths and we reach out to each other.
Yeah.
So it's not only networking through business, but networking as agents is super important, especially now, right?
Absolutely. And that's you said it right. It's like everybody has different strengths, and we all share. We're not like, oh no, you can't have that. No, that's mine. We help each other out. We open doors for one another. We do whatever it takes to help everybody, because then our entire company does better. And the
Right.
better our company does, the better we're going to do, the better. I mean, we have exit strategies at EXP, which is so cool. I thought I'd be like doing this till the day I die. I'm not. I mean, I will if I want to, but I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not going to have to.
Right. No, I mean, to be honest,
I can choose.
People know I'm a hard worker.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't, I mean, if they know I'm smarter than not to have an exit strategy, because who wants to, if my mother had been a realtor and was opening lockboxes in the rain at 80, I would feel really bad for her. I would just feel like, what the heck? How come nobody developed an exit strategy for my mom? And when I talk to people now, it's like, even now, I had this gal that was so interested, and she said, "What? I have to change all my signs." What? You have to change your signs, but you're gonna keep on a rat wheel instead of changing your signs? How many thousands more could you have passively just by passing on to the next generation, or passing on to your friend, or sharing EXP?
Yeah, I mean, I love how Brent Gove just says, what does he say? He says, when have you just had a minute? Like, don't you just want to have a minute to like just have some time to have a minute and not have to work so hard?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Especially when
we work hard.
Yeah, we work hard. Yeah. This is so great for you to share what you're doing, networking with not just agents, but in BNI, and the value that we can provide when we talk with our sellers and our buyers about the changing market, because I don't think it's going over. I just don't think it's going to go away overnight.
No. it's going to continue the way
Yeah.
it's going now.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Oh, should I
buckle
say
up,
that?
right? Buckle up.
Yeah, it's a great time. If you're a buyer, it's a great time. If you're a seller, you know what? This is the market that it's supposed to be, where it's a win-win for everybody.
Right.
We negotiate, we help each other, and at the end of the day, as real estate agents, our job is to make our clients happy. And whatever that takes, we do. And agents who, I mean, even when you're in a transaction, you have a buying and selling agent, it is far better for them to make friends than not, because together we can make it work. If we don't like one another, if we intimidate each other, if we like bully each other, or we're not nice to each other, or we don't answer the phone for each other, then it's going to be a rough transaction. But if we can come together and collaborate as, you know, people on opposite sides of the transaction, it's going to be great for all. And that's what that right there in my mind is the bottom line, is that everybody's happy at the end of the day.
Yeah, definitely. That's a good spot to end, where we're all just working together and making it a pleasant transaction for all. So that is the good attitude to have right now. Well, this has been awesome. Thank you so much for sharing, Evie. I hope you'll come back. And you guys, remember to like and subscribe and tap the bell so you get notified of every time we come out and bring new agents with value, or if Evie comes back and shares what's working, what not to do. We want to know that. So why don't you give your phone number again, your contact information?
Sure. My cell phone is 602-577-7410.